Adam, my man, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. There's a couple of follically challenged guys here, you know. Where's Delzato? I sell Delzato. Yeah, exactly. I sell Michael Delzato earlier around here. And a lot of times in his old game pictures, he and I looked alike, right? He had kind of a beard going and the long hair. So I said, Michael, this is where you're heading, bro.
Anyway, how you doing? By the way, I'm doing great, Dave.
Good.
How you doing today? We're here playing on
good.
Palooza.
Yeah.
Have you participated in any of these activities?
I tried the vertical leap. I got to about 3 inches and thought, okay, I'm glad I played hockey. But the deal about the basketball players is they weren't good enough to play hockey. That's why they
got you. No, Dave. I must say, big shouts to Starry, by the way. Pick up a can on your way in or out. I say, you know, if you're on Twitter, there are these discussions that, oh, this sport's the hardest. It's football. It's this. I think it's hockey. First of all, you got to be on skates.
Right.
You got to play physical. It's ice. Do you believe that as well? Is hockey the hardest game to play?
Well, obviously, I'm biased to that opinion, but there's no question you have to acquire a skill before you can play. And, you know, you're off your feet, basically. You're on another surface on skates, so there's no question. And you know, the game there's such a rapidity to the turnover and how quick it is and the different things that happen. So, and again, listen, the athletes in all sports, when they reach the pinnacle, are tremendous athletes, there's no question. And I often thought if Michael Jordan had been privy to hockey, he would have been a hell of a hockey player. You know, so, but the bottom line is, yes, I think you have to acquire a skill set before you even have a chance to play. That's to be able to skate.
Absolutely. Big shouts to all the skaters here. So, Dave, what is it, you know, as a player, back as doing stuff with Network, what does it mean to you to have represented the New York Rangers for all of these years?
Well, it's funny because it'll be 50 years ago next month that I was drafted by the Rangers.
Wow! What was that experience like? The draft back then?
Yeah, it was.
It's a show now. By the way, this year's NHL draft will be in the Sphere in Las Vegas, so hopefully some fans will make it out there.
Yeah, it was a lot different. I was a 12th grade student at St. Jerome's High School in Kitchener, Ontario. We weren't far removed from a dairy farm in Lindsay, Ontario. So I found out that there was prior to the draft, it sounded like I was going to get drafted. I was an underage player, right? So the bottom line was I had to go to school in the morning because I had to hand in an English paper. And then I got in the car, borrowed my mother's car, and drove to Toronto, where my lawyer agent at the time had gotten a group of us together for the draft. But on the way to Toronto, over the radio, I found out I got drafted by the Rangers. So,
what was that like?
That was pretty cool, totally cool, even cooler in hindsight. And to believe that 50 years later, I'm still around here and still get excited to come to Manhattan, New York. I mean, this is just a totally awesome experience to be down here, right? And so there are a lot of things when I look back that there are things that are called like chaos moments, right? Where somewhere along the line an event has happened, and if it doesn't happen, where would your life have gone, right? So May of 1974, I would turn 18 in July, and I go, wow, that was a chaos theory moment for me to get drafted and end up here. It's been a tremendous run.
It's definitely surreal, and Dave, I've been blessed to work in pretty much every arena in the United States. I've been to all of them. And it really is something magical about Madison Square Garden. I don't know what it is. It's just the aura, the energy. It's incredible. If you can share with us one of your most memorable experiences as a Ranger at MSG, which one is it?
Well, as a player, it was Game 6 in '79 against the Islanders. That was a tremendous aggression. Donnie Murdoch scored. We beat the Islanders 2-1 to knock them out and go to the finals.
That's big around that time.
Yeah, that was huge. Yeah. The city was electric. I mean, had the city been privy to how things are communicated now, it would have been off the chart because it was off the chart then in '79, right? And then, but it's funny, I was asked this before, the most electrifying moments for me at the Garden were obviously Game 7 of '94. We were right on the ice surface That whole night was surreal. And I remember when Brian Leach was awarded the Conn Smythe Trophy, President Clinton called in to congratulate him. And I just thought, that is so cool. And then the other moment is non-hockey related. I was there when Starks dunked over Michael Jordan.
Wait a minute. I need to hear that from a fan perspective, because I spoke to John about this so much.
Actually, John and I did an event, and I'm sure he's been told by a million people that were there, right? Which obviously I was there. I was actually there, and it was the most electrifying moment because we were right close to the floor in the seats. And so basketball, the thing about basketball to me live, it's a much more intimate thing, right? The court's smaller, you can follow the ball and different things like that. The place went crazy. It was unbelievable. So my most memorable moment, non-hockey wise, was when John Starks dunked over Michael Jordan.
Couldn't have happened to a better guy.
Yeah.
Big shouts to John. If he's still here, big shouts to John Starks. Well, hey, fans, we need that energy. Whether you're coming to Game 1 today for the New York Knicks or Game 1 tomorrow for the New York Rangers, let's give it up for the one and only.
Let's go Rangers. Let's go Knicks.
Appreciate you, Dave.
Thank you very much.